The boys watch him. Jacob stoops down to pick up the ball. He pulls it out of the mist and holds it up to the light as if it were something he had discovered in a nest. And he holds it up for them to see in a gesture meant to claim it as his own. One of the boys steps forward. He's not the biggest of the bunch, but he is by far the worst. "The toad done got it," he says. "Give it here, Toad." They call him this a lot now because of his eye. He has not grown into his big eye, as some have promised, and all the names that are not his own. This is the name that's stuck. It is not the worst thing he is called, only the most physically descriptive, the most relevant, and thus the most painful. You cannot run from what is true. Jacob holds the ball. The hide is smooth beyond the stitching and worn clean and cracked in places, and it's cool and smooth like a good baseball glove, like the pocket of an old and trusted mitt. It feels good just to hold it. "I said give it, Toad," says the boy, the worst boy, Jude Atchison, with those Chinese eyes of his and that flat pig nose and all them little square goat teeth that bit Jacob once to the bone. The scar is still there on his finger that holds the ball that feels so nice to hold. The other boys mumble and look to see what he will do. The tire swing is empty and spinning fast. Jude Atchison reaches down into the mist to pick up a walnut-sized stone. "Toad don't learn," he says, "do he?" "Go get him, Jude. Squish the toad." Jacob waits too. He waits to see what he himself might do. His mind tells him to stand and fight, but his body wants to run. Why should this time be any different? "Toad, you got 2 seconds to find yourself some smarts." Why not now, Jacob thinks. Why can't it happen now? The stone comes at him like it was shot from a gun. It makes an audible pop when it strikes him in the head just above his eye. Jacob drops to his knees. He sees stars, but he does not falter. He puts his fingers to his head and feels a small trickle of blood. He does not drop the ball. Jude Atchison stoops down for another stone. "You want it again, Toad? I can hit that big eye of yours. I've been practicing for that." "Go get him, Jude. Squish the toad." "Kill the toad." "I ain't gonna," Jude says. "Let the toad come to me. Come or run, Toad." Jacob's head rings. Come or run. Come or run. Purple stars. White hot specks that dance and swirl like gnats around his face. His whole head. He wants to fight, but he wants to fight a fight, not bring the fight. To move from safety, to close ground, to cover that ground, it might as well be 1,000 miles and onto their ground. It is too much of a leap, and his mind surrenders to his body, that which to his body was never a decision at all. The body still suffers the pain that the mind has long since learned to ignore. The body turns and runs. Magdalena stands to face the boys. Jacob runs into the woods, and who watches but the trees? His old and trusted bystanders, calmly stoic at silent witness. Wahoos and willows, birch trees like bones, those white shafts alive amidst the wood gloom, their tiny leaves descending slow, swirling like the first flakes of winter quiet that speak of recent dead and the time of the dead, when all things must fall and wait. Fall and wait. All things have their time. Seeds beget trees, and boys beget men, and trees beget boys. So what is the boy but a son of a seed, if what they tell is true? He will go if ever he could find it. He will go the way he has planned in the night and the dark. He will go to the tree where he was born. He will bring with him a guardian serpent that winds and tightens and protects him from harm. He will go and he will know. But now he runs. Again, he is running. He's learned to run fast on his bad leg, and he had to learn that skill or he would not have made it this far. 10 years tomorrow. 10 years tonight. At the stroke of midnight, he adds a digit to himself. He doubles, he expands. 2 numbers to find the boy. 1 and 0. 0 and 1. A code. A codex. an equation he's yet to decipher. What did they say about me, Mama? You know what they said. Tell me again. You were a miracle from thunder. You are the son of the rain. The way you came, the way that you was born, too early in that place with Daddy gone on his dream journey to his own mountain, where he heard the Lord say he was coming. He said I had in me something wonderful that simply could not wait any longer to be born. And what else? The old woman. She said that you had the magic, all right, that you got the spirit. How'd she know? She felt my belly. She said I was the acorn and you was the oak. What else? Baxter Dawes calls you the Prince of Serpents, and Silas, who you know killed a man for just looking at him, called you little Jesus. I saved him, he said. I did. That's right. You had a light in you like a firefly, like a lightning bug. My lightning bug.